Flau'Jae has got the bars, but did she take it too far?
They sour. In this 911, blowing smoke just like them towers.
Ice Spice got Jordan Poole looking like a Munch, and I'm starting to see why he got punched.
Plus, highlighting our favorite game day fits, XO Players of the Week, and much, much more. Welcome to XO Sports.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to XO Sports here on Xperience TV, where we talk everything sports, fashion, and fun. It's your girl Jasmine, also joined by my girl Maritza and my boy Jeremy.
How y'all doing?
But before we get into it, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also tap that post notification bell to make sure you receive an alert every time an episode is released. Now let's get into this sideline spill.
Must be tea time.
All right, y'all. So the Sideline Spill is a portion of the show where we bring our take on the latest news and happenings in the sports world. Remember, in times of questions, X is for yes and O is for no. So what's been going on, y'all? What's the spill?
Now, the NFL is going worldwide. The Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, along with the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots, will all be hosting international games during the NFL's next regular season. How y'all feeling about that?
I am super excited about it, actually. I really wish that I could go to one of the games, like in London, just to kind of see it, because I know that it's like a different vibe. So I think that would be nice. Now, I know that some of their games are like back-to-back, so I feel like it will probably have an effect on the team. But, hey, y'all international.
Yeah, but that time difference, if they're not there for like a week prior to the game, that might mess them up. Because it's
Definitely.
like 6 hour time difference. Like by the time we are sleep or getting ready to end our day, they're gonna be out there. It's gonna be
Just waking up.
Like the whole having international games thing is great for the league, but it's horrible for the players. So it's really good for the league because, like, let's say for Germany, for example, like I don't think there's ever been a football game played in Germany, American football at least.
Really?
So at least professionally speaking. So you get to go over there. The players get to get ingratiated with, the culture of Germany, the culture of London, because it's different than over here. And they get to go out and they get to go perform in front of a different crowd, a crowd they probably would never see. And the coolest thing about the international games is, like, even though, of course, there's going to be fans of specific teams, but really out there, they're more so fans of players. So you'll see a bunch of different uniforms. Like, there'll be uniforms for teams that aren't even playing in the game. So it's kind of interesting to look at. But it's bad for the players because they play a game on Sunday. They have to go to practice. Then after they go to practice, they have to get on a flight to fly all the way over to London or over to Germany. Mind you, after you get done playing the game, you're going to have a lot of inflammation, a lot of soreness. The absolute worst thing you can do whenever you're in a lot of pain is get on a flight. And it's not like this is a short flight. Like, they got to fly over the Atlantic Ocean. That's a long flight they got to take.
It's like a 16 to 20-hour flight.
Right. So you're on the plane fighting sleep because as soon as you land, you have to go to practice. And Taylor Lewan in his podcast, Busting with the Boys, he even said that, like, there's a period where after they practice and before they have to play a game, like, they're told not to go to sleep at all. Because if they do, like, you're not going to wake up because you're so jet lagged. So a lot of players have to force themselves to stay up. Like, it's bad for the players. And plus, it's especially for the Jaguars because the Jaguars have to play week 4 in London and week 5 in London. So they might not even get to go back home. They might not even get to go back to Jacksonville.
There's another new thing they're doing next season. The Jets and Miami are having a Black Friday game. Y'all think the NFL needs to stop switching up and just stay consistent with what they normally do, or like is this good for the league?
I don't know. A Black Friday game is crazy.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, the Thanksgiving games good enough for me. And it's like, who's going to be playing on Black Friday?
It's the Jets and the Dolphins.
Oh, the Jets and the Dolphins? They could have waited until Sunday to do that. Like, that's not even that special. We all know how that's going to end.
How's going to end?
The Dolphins going to win.
Anyways.
Even with Aaron Rodgers, I'm still confident the Dolphins are going to win that game. The thing that's messed up about the way they schedule these international games, the Dolphins and the Chiefs, instead of playing in Kansas City, where that would be Tyreek Hill's like first time coming back to Kansas City after being traded, they're playing in Germany. Nobody wants to see that because the game's going to be at 8:30 Central Time. People got to wake up for church. Like, that's crazy.
That's true. All right, y'all, let's talk about how the Oakland A's announcer got suspended indefinitely for using a racial slur on live broadcast. Come on, do better. Take a look.
Right.
He had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum
and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
He said what?
Wait.
Okay, I'll be honest. That was kind of funny. It's messed up, but it's funny. No, it's very messed up. Don't get me wrong. But the reason why I find it funny is like he just said it like it was a normal conversation. Like you can tell his
like he
the
kept
entire
going
time,
too. Like he tried to act like he didn't say it. Like we heard you say it. Like acknowledge it. I don't.
You can tell the entire time they were there, they were referring to it as that. Like it's number one. I mean, it's called the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame, and it shouldn't even be called that because that's a very outdated term.
Yeah,
definitely.
Isn't that I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's offensive to call someone a Negro now, right?
Oh yeah, I take offense to it. So yeah,
especially from someone that's not black.
Yeah, somebody that's not black. Yeah, and it's just crazy how his I guess his co-anchor, co-announcer. I don't know the correct term for it, but he just sat there doing this. Like you know that face white people be making where they're like. Yeah, I was like, bro, come on, like you in on it too. You got blood on your hands too. So, but suspended, you should be fired for that.
Yeah, definitely suspended indefinitely. Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah, I was gonna say the guy is
fired. Like I don't like the way suspended indefinitely looks or sounds because it's like
they trying to sugarcoat it. He's fired. So
it's like what? When the steam blows down, you gonna get your job back? No, you should be fired.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, y'all, Flau'Jae been under some fire after her latest song, where she stated, "In this 9/11, blowing smoke just like them towers." Now, y'all know 9/11 is a sensitive topic for Americans. So, how do y'all feel about that?
Jeremy, I'm gonna let Jeremy go first because he's laughing, and there's nothing funny about this. Like
everything is funny. Oh no, okay. Hold on. I want to add that she also took a break and said R.I.P. So like people are forgetting that part. I feel like they're trying to make they just want to see a black woman be down. Like,
okay, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. I feel like in certain situations, you kind of know what you're supposed to say and what you're not supposed to say, and a lot of people lost, very close people to them in the 9/11 incident. So the fact that she kind of felt so comfortable just saying like, she could have had another analogy, another hyperbole, like she could have did something else. But the fact that she kind of brought it to that, and then, everybody's real sensitive about it. So like with you going into saying like the black woman thing, of course they're going to antagonize her and attack her on the media because she just took something that was in the white perspective narrative and she put her own twist on it. And it's like, now you can't say that. So it's just,
they're gonna, regardless of what she says, they're gonna find any little thing to be like, oh, like try to just knock her off her pedestal. But I too agree, because I was saying that it's something that just shouldn't be referenced. Like we just shouldn't talk about it because y'all already know how they take that situation. And I know personally, I know people who was affected from it. So it's just like, don't even go there. Like even if you thought like, oh, I could use it because it's a cool little bar and I can still throw in RIP. It's like, it's unnecessary. And you got bars already. So you could have just easily said something else. Just like how she quickly like fixed the bar and redid it. So
so she did?
Yeah. She had apologized after and changed it.
So I don't know the other reference that she used.
I'm not even sure what the replacement bar was, but I know if you go on Apple Music and play the song, it's not the 9/11. It's not that anymore.
I mean, I make music, so I don't see the problem with what she said. People reference like very traumatic events a lot in music, especially rap music. Like there's a lot of rappers who reference Katrina, knowing that whenever Katrina happened, it ruined what, like at least half of everybody in New Orleans structure, their family, their living situation, their financial situation. Like it ruined all that, and people talk about that all the time. So I really don't see the problem with her saying this. And I mean, it's a good bar. Like the Notorious B.I.G. his reference. I mean, it was a different instance at the World Trade Center, but he referenced blowing up like the World Trade.
Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade.
And nobody said anything then. I don't see why it's a problem now. I don't know. Like
you also have to take into consideration the time that we're in. Like as time goes on, people's mindsets change. Just like if you would take like things that Dave Chappelle might have said like 10 years ago, and if he said those things now, or like Eddie Murphy, like what Eddie Murphy would say 20 years ago, if you say now, people will be like, oh, that's offensive. Like you can't talk about certain things. And it's just like, you kind of got to take that into consideration because like the generations are not the same. So a lot of people are gonna take offense, and you're gonna have to eat that. So if you say something, you got to take them consequences, basically.
But still, though, like, but are people actually mad about her saying this, though? Like,
You'd really be surprised, though. Like,
there's no way. And it's like the people that are mad about it, they don't listen to rap music anyway. So do we really care about how they feel about this? Like, do we really care? Because I don't, I'll be honest. I know y'all don't care either. And a lot of other people don't care.
speak for me.
Yeah,
But do you
definitely
though?
for us.
I don't know. I think it just depends because, like how Marissa was saying, it's a different time. If the shows that we were watching when we were younger, like the Boondocks, if you watch an episode on the Boondocks, you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this is totally inappropriate in today's like society." But back in the day, it was funny, it was comical. So it's like nowadays people can't take a joke. Like you can't even joke and say certain things on the internet without you getting bashed or you getting canceled. So it's just like, unfortunately, the generation that we stay in, you have to adapt to what we are thinking is socially aware and, you know, all those things.
All I'm gonna say is people will hate you quicker than they start to love you. So just be mindful of what you say and put out on there. But let's switch over into Bronny. All right, y'all. It's only been a week since Bronny posted his commitment to USC, and he's already projected to have the highest NIL deal out of all college athletes, and he hasn't even stepped foot on a college campus yet. How y'all feel about that?
Money, 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 money.
Oh.
Money. That's crazy. I think it's just, you know, I mean, it's not shocking. Like, let's be real. It's not shocking. His last name is James. So they're definitely going to embark on the whole platform that he has. Like, how many followers does he even have on Instagram?
Too many.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's just kind of like, let's be smart. We already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's 110% because of his, like, he's LeBron James' son. Like, we already knew that was going to happen. I'm not saying that he's not good, but I'm saying that it's because who he is rather than his playing ability.
Oh.
That goes with like Shaq's son.
Oh, it definitely goes with him because he's horrible.
100%.
Terrible.
Because like no. I have never, like, the thing is, I watched him play in high school. He was really good in high school. But then when he got to LSU, a lot of people said like certain things about him and was like, is he even Shaq's son? Like, he only da 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 da. So what do you have to say, Jeremy? Because I just heard you say something.
I don't know. I feel like it's a good move, but personally, if I was Bronny, it's two schools I would have went to over USC, and it's Oregon and Ohio State. Ohio State, obviously, because like if LeBron ended up having to go to college, he would have went to Ohio State. Like I feel like that would have been a good look. Mm-hmm. And then I say Oregon because Oregon, that's where all the Nike facilities are located at. Like that's where Nike's stationed out of. And also, you know, Oregon, they're notorious for their different uniforms. Like they roll out 10, 11, 12 uniforms for every sport they play, like during the season. So I feel like that would have been a great look. Also, the colorways of the LeBrons that he's wearing, what he would be wearing, we would have got some nice colorways out of it.
You talking about outfit?
No, I feel like you looking at the physical. We talking about. Think about it. For me personally, you know, he loved the LA life. He trying to stay out in Cali, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't, regardless of his NIL deals or whatever, and you know. He doesn't have to be in Oregon, even though that's where.
No, right. I'm just saying. No, I understand he doesn't have to be in Oregon.
Hey, you over here talking about some of the color.
Okay, so think about the team.
I'm
What's
saying,
the team like?
optically speaking, Oregon, they've been a better basketball school than USC has the past few years.
Well, honestly, he's trying to do a one and done. Or y'all think he?
Oh yeah, no, it's not even trying. He's gonna do a one and done.
He's doing a one and done.
Because a few years ago, LeBron said that he wants to start setting his contracts up. That way, he'll be able to be a free agent by the time Bronny is about to get drafted. The league feels like LeBron's gonna end up signing to whatever team his son plays for. So
he wants to play with his son, and so then he can retire after that.
Right. So everybody in college basketball, they don't really matter right now because whoever has the first overall pick, I'm willing to bet a lot of money they're gonna draft Bronny just so they can have a chance to get LeBron at some point.
100%. That's like a father-son duo.
Definitely at his finest. I'll be honest, like that's some real corrupt stuff to do, but I mean they gonna let it happen.
Low key, that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That's tampering. Like he said this like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still stand on I either would have went to Oregon or Ohio State. But it's nice that he gets to go in college in the same city that his dad is playing. that his dad's playing in.
And also, too, it's nice to know that, like, he's doing something that his dad didn't do. Because his dad went straight out of high school. So I'm sure that he's really proud of him as well.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If it wasn't a rule that you have to at least do 1 year, he would have did the same thing.
And also, Bronny has a chance to. Bronny even has a chance. Bronny's going to be the first person in his family to go to college.
Yeah.
Shout out Bronny. Shout out Savannah for raising the son, for raising the good son.
Period. Shout out Savannah, because she a real one, okay? I'm trying to be like Savannah.
Savannah's as solid as they come, but we got to keep it moving, though.
All
We got to
right.
talk about these playoffs. So right now, the four still in the playoffs were the same four teams from the bubble: the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Heat. I like how as time goes on, we get to see that the bubble was actually peak basketball because really nothing's changed for real. The same teams that were in it then are in it now. As we all know, the Lakers defeated the Warriors.
They was whipping me.
Yeah, they was whipping them. I really like that series because Steph got to see what it was like being LeBron those years. LeBron was on the Cavs and he had no help.
Yeah.
I like that. I agree.
Like the two situations are totally different though because LeBron didn't have help in the first few years because people kept getting hurt. But that last year he just didn't have any help because they didn't have anybody for real. Like they had J.R. Smith, George Hill, old. Like he had just a bunch of old people that couldn't really do much. Chetty Osman should have never been on the court during that series. I don't know how that happens. But in Steph's situation, he just didn't have help because people didn't show up. Klay Thompson didn't show up. Jordan Poole definitely didn't show up. I mean,
Draymond didn't show up for
for sure. Draymond. Emphasis on Draymond.
He had 0 points in one game for like 3 quarters straight.
Right. The only two players on the Warriors besides Steph Curry that they could actually depend on were Kevon Looney and Andrew Wiggins. Like that's not good when you have what 4 max contracts on your team and only one of those max contracts is actually playing as if they're getting paid the money they're getting paid. There's no way after that series you can say, oh yeah, Jordan Poole should definitely be on this team. He shouldn't. Like if you're
I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to lie. Like I expect more out of them, especially Klay and Draymond. I love Klay Thompson. For those that don't know, that was one of my favorite players. He still is one of my favorite players. Listen, he did tear his ACL. That's a hard injury to get back from. But same time, him last year was better. He showed up more last year than he did this year. And it was just unacceptable.
And like when I was watching that series, I was wondering like what changed with the Warriors. I really feel like it was that punch because their team is almost the exact same from last year that it is this year.
I think it's just that they don't have a good chemistry.
You have Steph Curry, who's the alpha, but not in the way that alphas in the NBA have been historically speaking. Like he's not the most physically imposing person. You have Draymond, who's obviously the leader of that team. Even though he's not the best player, he definitely plays the hardest. While he does do some idiotic stuff and makes bad decisions at times.
Oh my God!
He was the second most important piece of their dynasty. Klay Thompson, obviously, he was one of the steadiest shooters in the league in NBA history. He just wasn't hitting shots.
Like that's supposed to be a Splash Brothers, and it was given there was just one brother showing up because
like
he
Steph,
kept missing.
He needs some milk.
Yeah.
Steph literally had to show up and show out every game, and I kind of like that for him because now he sees, okay, like I did kind of have it better than almost every other all-time great. Like we didn't really have to sign or trade people minus Kevin Durant, obviously. Like they drafted the team the way they did. Like all the players that are producing for them, they drafted, with the exception of Andrew Wiggins and Dante DiVincenzo, I believe. A lot of other, you can't really say that. Like a lot of other people, they had to go sign somewhere else. Like LeBron, he couldn't get a ring until he left Cleveland. KD couldn't get a ring until he left OKC. Steph Curry got a ring with the team that drafted him. That's rare. That doesn't happen.
Speaking of KD, though, the Suns too, they got blown out. How do y'all feel about that? I know Chris Paul was out, but I don't know how much of an impact Chris Paul was really having, to be honest.
I knew it was going to happen.
I think Chris Paul, him just being there kind of helps the team. Like, not really so much like with the game-wise. It's just more of like the team leader that he has. Yeah. Like, sometimes when you don't have the person that you kind of depend on to be like, all right, y'all, we good. Like, come on, let's go. So it kind of affected them.
So whenever they made that trade, I told a lot of people like this is gonna be bad for them, and they thought I was hating. I really was. I kind of was hating. Hater. But there was some motivation behind the hate though, because
at least you admit it.
Not only do you trade Mikal Bridges, you trade Cam Johnson and you trade away your future for Kevin Durant, who's, I believe Kevin Durant's 35, 36 right now. Like, he's not young. He's not a young player by any means. You do that just to get bounced in the exact same round you got bounced in last year. For what? Chris Paul's not getting younger anytime soon. DeAndre Ayton didn't want to be there because I remember in the press conference they had before the season started, his body language was just like the tone of his answers. Like, it didn't seem like he wanted to be on the Suns.
I was happy, I guess.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
You really can't make too many moves. You're not going to trade Devin Booker. You can't trade him.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to trade Kevin Durant because you just traded for him. Nobody wants Chris Paul. He's on that big, stupid contract. There's been games where Chris Paul hasn't even scored 10 points. His greatest ability since he got into the league was his passing ability, and there's games where he's not even getting 8 assists, 9 assists. Now, granted, he was hurt. He was hurt this series. I'll give him that. But he's been hurt in almost every single playoff series he's done played. And I've been watching Chris Paul since he was on the Hornets. It never fails. Like, he's ring chasing very badly right now.
He wants a ring, but it's like as the seasons keep going on, you're just getting older and it's getting harder.
He's a liability now. I mean, yeah, he's always been undersized while he's been in the league, but at least he had quick feet and he'd be able to stay in front of people. He can't stay in front of anybody anymore. Not only is he a defensive liability, he's an offensive liability. And at this point, he's only on the team because his name is Chris Paul.
All right, y'all. What y'all thinking about who's winning what? Who's making it to the finals? Who's winning the finals? What y'all got?
I think it's just kind of like the Lakers. Everybody know what's up with the Lakers. Like, you know.
Apparently in the script, it's saying the Celtics are supposed to win the finals this year. But I want the Lakers to win. I'm sorry. Like, as long as the Celtics don't win, I'm hating bad. I'm not going to lie.
Hater. Why?
I'm hating because I'm just angry about the whole not showing up for 3 quarters. Then want to show up 4th quarter and say, this is why you're the greatest.
I'm one of the best basketball players in the world.
Yeah, no, that was wild that he said. That was wild that he did that.
That's when you need to just take the points you made in that quarter and just shut up and play next game, win next game, and just let it be. Because where were you 1, 2, 3? Where were you for the first 3 quarters? Where?
In my head.
Well, if the Celtics do win, I do want the Celtics to win, but that's because of Jaylen Brown, not because of Jason Tatum. I rest my case. I'm done.
You know, I like to go against the grain. I like to say stuff that's not emotional. You know, I don't like having easy conversations. That's boring. So just to be difficult, I think the Nuggets are going to make it to the finals.
I knew that's what you was going to say.
No, because hear me out. It's not even going to come down to all the people, all the household names. It's not. Like, we know what LeBron's going to do. We think we know what Anthony Davis is going to do. And we definitely know what Nikola Jokic is going to do. This game comes down to who is going to be guarding Jamal Murray and who's going to be guarding Michael Porter Jr. Because if Austin Reeves is on Jamal Murray, say goodbye. I'll be honest. Austin Reeves he's not a good defender.
I'm not mad. I feel like the Nuggets have a great chance. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but if the Nuggets make it to the finals, not even if they win it off, they make it to the finals, everybody's coming for MVP. They're like, you shouldn't have got MVP. Yeah. Like, they already coming for him after last game, but like, they gonna be pissed. Like, social media gonna go crazy. And
also the Lakers are gonna have to get very creative with their lineups. If they just try to run a lineup with LeBron and AD as their bigs, Jokic is going to pick them apart. You can even argue that Jokic might be a better passer than LeBron. As far as the careers go, I'll give that to LeBron, obviously. But right this second, I feel like Jokic might be the best passer in the NBA. So if you put him in a situation where he's at the top of the key and there's no rim protection, the Nuggets are going to go crazy. They're going to go crazy, and it's going to be nothing the Lakers can do because LeBron's playing on a hurt foot and he's old. I really don't trust him.
Mentioning people old.
Yeah, okay. But he is injured slightly.
He is. I guess they're going to have LeBron on Michael Porter Jr. I don't know how that's going to go because Michael Porter Jr., he has one of the quickest triggers in the NBA, so LeBron can't fall asleep on defense like he's been this series. I think it's going to be interesting. I say Nuggets in 7. So who y'all got coming out the East? Personally, as much as I love Jimmy Butler and I love the run he's been going on, Jimmy Butler is really showing everybody like he's one of the best people in the NBA. He can't. Bam Adebayo is not enough. That little 16 points and 8 rebounds he's doing, cut that out.
Yeah, so it's given remake of last year with the Celtics making it to the finals, but the West taking the win.
Yeah, Celtics in 6. Speaking of the Celtics, there's a little trouble in paradise situation that I don't think any of us predicted. For some odd reason, Marcus Smart feels like him, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown are a big 3. They're not. It's a big two, and Marcus Smart's just a role player. But I can kind of understand where he got that from, because I guess of the trio, he was the first one drafted. He also thinks that since he was the first one drafted, that makes him the leader of the team. Like, that's what makes it so difficult. Like, he kind of is, because in moments where Jason Tatum's like sitting there with his hands on his hips like he out of breath, Marcus Smart is always the one taking a shot. Jason Tatum has got to step up and say, this is my team. Because the person on the team that really got that dog in him is Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown's the second option.
I be trying to tell people that.
So it's not much he can do, because if he says, okay, I need this ball, it makes sense that Jason Tatum will feel like, oh yeah, you're stepping on my toes. Like, this is my team. When it's like the success that the Celtics have had these past few years, it's been both of them.
In all honesty, one can't do it without the other.
Right, they can't.
But I feel like Jaylen Brown's always been more consistent.
Right, like it's like Jason Tatum, like he went crazy the last game. He got a 50 ball. That's the most points ever scored in the game 7. What did he do the game before that?
He had to get a 50 ball because of what he did in game 6.
That was a legacy. That was a legacy game. And if I'm telling you, if they didn't win that series, I was gonna start my agenda on Jason Tatum. It was gonna be real nasty. Because I watched basketball for real. It was gonna get real ugly for him.
Not the agenda on Jason Tatum.
I have an agenda on every superstar in the NBA except for LeBron James. And one day y'all will hear all of them, just not today. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, since they both made the All-NBA team this year, Jason Tatum making the first team, Jaylen Brown making the second team, they're both eligible for the Supermax. Like, because I remember when I was young and I heard a max contract and I was thinking, dang, that's a lot of money. But Supermax? Jason Tatum is eligible to make $318 million in his next deal. 308, man, for shooting.
All you gotta do is give me a meal and I'm up there.
I'm
380.
Put 318 on the table and see how I play basketball.
And Jaylen Brown, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this season. So they're probably going to try to get his extension signed as soon as possible, especially if they win. If they end up winning the finals, they're going to re-sign him. In my opinion, Marcus Smart got to go. He's the one you could get the most from because he won a Defensive Player of the Year. Even though he did not deserve it that year, Drew Holiday should have got it. And Derek White can't be on the team either. He's very serviceable and he's very dependable, but he just doesn't do enough. He's not going to mess up, but he's not going to do anything to help either. Yeah, I can't pay you $20 million to do that. I can't. So somebody's going to have to get traded. Yeah, but we got to talk about these All-NBA teams. So the NBA just recently released their All-NBA teams, the All-NBA defense, and the All-NBA rookie teams. I'm just gonna name off the teams. So the first team All-NBA was Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and Joel Embiid. The second team, Jaylen Brown, Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, and Donovan Mitchell. The problem I have with it is the fact that they changed the requirements next year, because next year the All-NBA teams are going to be positionless. I don't like the fact that it's not positionless this year. If the MVP award was a toss-up between Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid,
how is he on the second team?
Right, and the only reason why they do it is because they're both centers. Like, I guess Tatum and Giannis, well, even though Giannis plays center at times, they have him as a power forward. So I guess that makes sense, but I really don't like that rule. I wish I would have already changed that. And then the third team is De'Aaron Fox, LeBron James, Damian Lillard, Julius Randle, and Domantas Sabonis. It's decent, but I feel like Anthony Edwards should definitely be on one of the teams. I feel like they should have gave him a little leniency since he actually made the playoffs, unlike Luka, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Damian Lillard. Now, I'll be honest, I have a lot of problems with the all-defense team. The first team was Alex Caruso, Drew Holiday, Jaren Jackson, Brook Lopez, and Evan Mobley. Alex Caruso should not have been first-team defense. I can tell you that right now. He shouldn't have. So he's a serviceable defender, yes, but he's more so one of those hustle players than a lockdown defender. Like, I've never seen him like that.
So who would you have took to replace him?
Oh, easy, Herb Jones. He had a lot. I
should have known that's what you was gonna say. You biased.
I am biased, and that's okay. So the second team was Bam Adebayo, OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors, Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, and Derek White. Derek White definitely shouldn't have been on the second team because you're not even a top 4 defender on your team. You're not a better defender than Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, or Jaylen Brown. So I don't know how he made that team. Yeah, it's also crazy to think that Dylan Brooks made an all-NBA defensive team, and he's not going to be on the Grizzlies next season. But I mean, we all know
he's going to go.
Honestly, if I was the Grizzlies, I want him to suffer. I'd send him to Detroit. I'll be honest. You playing for the Pistons.
Detroit.
You playing for the Pistons. I can't fake. Go to Motor City and do all that dancing you be doing. Nah. Dylan Brooks, you too sorry to act the way you act. You way too Poole. Like, you're not good enough to act like this.
Exactly.
Why are you opening your mouth to talk about LeBron anyways when
Exactly.
you didn't do enough?
You got a whole song about you shooting bricks. Be for real.
Man, fuck Dylan Brooks. He ain't even in the league now. Kicked his ass out. Now they got him saying knee how. 3 for 8, 3 for 9, 3 for 10. He need more makes. Man, this light-skinned nigga shooting toward days.
And also, I feel like the reason why the Grizzlies have, you know, so many instances of stuff like that is because they don't have a true veteran presence in the locker room. Steven Adams, he's 29 years old. But as a young black man, why would I listen to a 29-year-old person from New Zealand? I'm not listening to you. I'll be honest. I'm not. I can't relate to you.
I mean, you're not listening to nobody, though.
That is true. I don't listen to nobody. I barely listen to myself. But still, like, but you see what I'm saying? I'm like, that's a problem. Like,
they need more vets on the
they
team.
They need more of a veteran
guidance. So the internet has not been here for Jordan Poole this playoff series, and have even gone as far as labeling him a munch.
He's a munch.
You're a munch, and you're playing like a munch.
After rumors surfaced that he spent $500,000 on his first date with Ice Spice. What are y'all thoughts about it?
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Listen, I get you are rich and $500K is not too much to you, but I don't care how. Look, if I was a man and I had Jordan Poole money, I don't really care. I'm not spending $500,000 on no girl. That's not even my girl. You trying to get the girl.
Like, take it slow, my guy. Take it slow.
And then it's Ice Spice. Like, I'm sorry. This is a light-skinned chick from the Bronx. She is eating this up. Like, you know how many guys are trying to do the same thing for her? Trying to get at her? If I'm Ice Spice, I'm going to take everything from everybody and still be chilling.
Do
like,
you
just look
hear
dumb.
me? Okay.
You're literally the same guy she's talking about her songs. Literally.
It's just like, I'm not feeling these niggas. I'm like, you thought I was feeling you? Like, I wasn't.
She went on the whole day with Drake, too. So it's just like she having her cake and eating it, too, baby.
Yeah, she was wearing Drake chain. Like, as soon as I saw that, you not getting a DM from me. I'm good. I'm 100% good. Because it's just like, bro, respect yourself.
Drake!
And Drake got more money. But anyways.
I think that it's a bit much, you know what I'm saying? $500K, like I'm saying, that's not even your girl yet. Like you trying to get to know her. You not even eating it up on the court. Now I can see if you was like eating it up on the court, you know what I'm saying, doing your little diddy pop, and then you take on a date, cool. But
that's
then
exactly
$500,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
He changed whenever he got that contract. That's probably why Draymond punched him. Like, it makes a lot of sense, though. Like, just looking at the way he acts, like, in game, it makes a lot of sense.
He always be looking confused or just, like, I don't even know.
He doesn't understand his role on the team. Like, Jordan, you're supposed to be playing like Jamal Crawford. Like, you're supposed to come in, you know, give the fans the highlights. But you got to make the shot for it to be a highlight, though. You're not doing that. You've been one of the most overhyped players in the NBA. Now, whenever he did start getting the hype, okay, yes, it was warranted because he was doing stuff we've never seen. Especially since nobody knew him, he kind of came out the blue. But now that we know you, bro, it's like you're not like that for real. You're not.
He worried about the wrong thing.
Exactly.
And on top of that, whenever the players are trying to tell him certain stuff, he just rolls his eyes and he just looks away. He always playing around like Jordan Poole, bro. Humble yourself.
He's so unserious. That's what I'm saying. He be acting like he's confused. He be so unserious at times.
But maybe he's one of those players that feel like, okay, I won a ring last year. I mean, I'm a champion. I'm gonna always be a champion. Do I really have?
No, you should. Your mind be, I want to double it back. I'm trying to keep winning. Like,
you need to be cool.
Better chill. You better lay low.
Especially when you're playing on a team with Steph Curry has multiple rings.
Facts.
Steph, Clay, and Draymond have multiple rings.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, let's switch gears a bit and get into our players of the week.
Real pros who know the game all too well. Player to player.
So, my player of the week is my dog, the big stepper, Devin Haney.
The big stepper.
So, he has a fight coming up this Saturday against Lomachenko. Yeah. If I said his name right.
Lomachenko.
If I said his name wrong, oh well, because he's going to lose anyway.
Oh, God.
You're gonna lose. You stink. You're gonna lose.
But he is the undisputed lightweight champion, having 15 knockouts and going 29-0, holding the WBC title.
of 2019. It's 2023. He's been still holding that title, going strong, and he's only 24 years old. So I'm really excited to see this fight that's gonna be going on Saturday. I think it's gonna be a really good fight. Because too, with Lomachenko, he's had 19 fights, but he has lost 2, and he's had 11 knockouts. But let's be clear, Devin Haney had 15 knockouts, but he's undefeated. Like, he's really that boy, okay? And then his arm span, like his arm reach is 71 inches, and Lomachenko's is only 65. So let's just see, let's just see how it's gonna go. But we already know what's gonna happen. Like, let's be real, Devin Haney gonna come out with that dub, and the rest is gonna be history.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Anthony Davis is my player of the week, y'all. Normally, I probably would have gave it to Jason Tatum, but after game 6, me and him are beefing right now. So I don't care about his little 50 points. Good for him. But that's what he needed to do after that game. But anyways, Anthony Davis has been a key player for the last series at least. He's had a double-double for 4 out of 6 games, which is what he should be doing. He got, I want to say in game 5, he had 20 rebounds, which, I mean, he should be doing that, but he's consistent for the most part. So that's why he's my player of the week.
My player of the week is Nikola Jokic. I don't have to say too much. The Joker, the real MVP.
I agree.
Real MVP, the one that's still playing, that's actually in a position to get his team to the finals. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm telling y'all, if and when they get to the finals and win, Joel Embiid might as well just, delete Instagram, just hide for like a month. I
really wanted the Nuggets and the 76ers to play so we can finally get the who's the best center in the league conversation, because it's been Jokic and Embiid for like the past 3 years.
Well, maybe next year.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time to get into some of our favorite game day fits. All right, y'all, it's time to get into our game day fashions. If you would like your best game day or team spirited fits to be mentioned on the show, just submit them or tag us at exosports.xtv. And just before we get into it, remember X for yes and O for no.
What the hell?
Oh my God, I'd be so sick of him. What is this?
Ain't that the that's the snitch. That's D'Angelo Russell.
Yes. First of all, the headscarf is giving them ladies in like this.
Yeah, the 60s, 70s.
Why are you wearing high waters? And then the open, like, it's just too much. It's too much going on.
Because if that's the case, then he should have took the headscarf off and just did the fit. Like, if he would have took the headscarf off and did the fit like that, okay, it would have been giving like.
It would have been acceptable.
You're giving body, okay, eat them up. You're giving ankles, give the vibes.
Giving ankles.
But he took it. The headscarf was just a bit
much. The headscarf is not giving.
Where's the stylist at? Like, what do they stylists be?
Listen, I like the babushka though. Like, the babushka is nice. It needs to be used more in fashion. But I don't
know the full name of that.
Come on now.
We saying headscarf and you saying babushka.
Yeah, that's what it is. The babushka. He a babushka boy.
I forgot what it was called.
Excuse
me. Need to get from now. It's not.
You don't get an O for me though.
Yeah, it's an O for me too.
Well, I thought you liked it.
Nah, I just don't like D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, okay.
I actually like this one. X.
Oh, he could at least put up his pants.
You got buttons on your shirt for a reason.
Okay, yeah, the ethical. Wait.
Wait, he
got the ethicals on. Oh,
he looks like he got a sleeping shirt on. Like, it looks like
if he got the ethicals on, he thugging. I'll give it an X.
So I'm gonna reevaluate my decision. I'm gonna still give him an X though. He look good. It's fine. But we didn't have to see the ethicals though. Nah, I'm gonna keep it. X.
Gordon.
I banged with Aaron Gordon, and this is just a simple, easy fit, and I like the color a lot actually.
I like everything. However, it's really bothering me that it looks like he has a wife beater under his shirt, and it's
that's what I was thinking too.
Like, I'm not liking it's like very baggy.
We could have chosen a better shirt underneath.
Yeah.
For the most part though, I like it, so I'm gonna give it an X.
It's pretty nice. I'm biased. Is there like a X/O?
It's like I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of colors going on here, but
it is, but it goes.
Yeah, they like the blue and the yellow definitely go together. So I'm gonna give it an X.
I'm gonna give it an X as well.
You gotta get some new pants. You look, he got a fupa. Now y'all see it though?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm happy I'm not alone.
My player of the week alone. I see it though. I do.
Man, I'm good on it though. There we go. That's hard. That's hard.
This is exactly why y'all lost. What are those shoes?
That's hard. That's fashion.
No. The shoes are giving me Sesame Street.
Cookies.
And I mean the fit. Okay, listen. The pants and the hoodie by itself, cool. But he's throwing me off with the denim jacket. I see he's trying to match the denim jacket with the shoes, but the shoes are crazy. Like, no. So for me, it's a O.
Honestly, I think that James Harden is really going through something because he haven't even cleaned up his beard. Like, but the shoes is giving like a no. But like how Marissa said, I like the denim with the white, with the pink. I think that it goes, because denim can really like bring something together. The shoes just throw me off. Like, it looked like he just rolled out of bed.
Those are house slippers.
Yeah. And he have orange socks on.
That might be a part of. I think that's a part of the shoes. Actually, the orange. I think I might be socks. Oh wait, I can't tell.
As I'm looking at it, he has like little hints of orange. Like it looks like it's like pink, purple. It looks like a little orange is in it.
Stop trying to justify the fit.
I'm biased.
What you gonna give it an X because he played for the Rockets?
No.
Oh okay.
No.
I was about to say.
Yes.
Maybe just a little bit. No, he been going through it. He just need help. But I mean, that's all for our fits. Let's get into overtime.
We are officially in overtime. This is the portion of the show where we go a bit off script and address anything on our minds, read comments, answer questions, talk conspiracies, you name it. So let's get into it.
Y'all, it's been a rough year for former Bills punter Matt Araiza. If you don't remember, he was cut from the team after a young woman alleged that he had participated in non-consensual intercourse with her. But new evidence has now revealed that not only was she participating in consensual intercourse with multiple other men that night, but he wasn't even there. So they said that he wasn't even there. So that goes to raise the questions like, what should happen from here? What should happen to the lady? And do you feel that the NFL chooses who they want to protect? What y'all think about it?
Busted. That lady, okay, personally, for one, non-consensual sex and sexual assault, all that stuff is very, very bad. And for those people that actually do those things and participate in that type of activity, they do deserve the repercussions. They deserve the negative everything. Like, they deserve it. But it's really, really bad when people lie about it. Because now you're messing with this person's livelihood, their reputation, their like everything. Like, you're making them get bashed by everyone. And it's messing with their career, their family, everything. So the fact that you lied about it. And on top of that, you over here giving it up to everybody on top of that. It's like... Why? Like, I feel like
for real.
She did that for money and she did that for clout and just to get her name out there, but it backfired on her and she does deserve to. He need to sue for defamation. Okay.
Hello.
And he need to take her for what she got. I ain't gonna lie.
She ain't got none.
Like Marissa said, like the whole situation with, the sexual assault and different things like that, that's a very serious situation. And it kind of upsets me when I see women playing victim of crying wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are messing with someone's whole identity. Like, this man got kicked off of his team where he makes his money, where he supports his family, where he, had to get it out of whatever he had to do. But the fact that you kind of play cry wolf and you were also messing with multiple other men on the team, not only would I sue her for defamation, but I would sue my team because, first of all, y'all didn't even have all the facts before y'all tried to kick me off the team. So let's be for real about it. You need to be in jail, ma'am.
To jail! Period!
Because that is something that is not to be taken lightly. And it's kind of sad too, because when people come out and say that they have been sexually assaulted, that takes a lot for a woman or man to say that they were sexually assaulted within the public and for people to actually believe them. But the fact that you lied about it and it wasn't true, and it makes it harder for people to want to come out and say things and tell their story without people thinking that they're lying when they're actually telling the truth.
That's exactly what I was going to add. I was going to say that it makes it harder for actual true victims. And now when people want to come out, they're going to be like, oh, well, you're probably lying. Oh, well, based off the history of these other women, and then you're lying, that ain't happened. And it just makes it harder. And then now they got to prove that they actually were sexually assaulted and they're victims. And that's not fair because they really telling the truth.
Throw the book at her. Jeremy,
throw it. Throw her under the jail.
Like, as a man, that's one of my worst fears ever. Like, being accused of something, because even you can be proven innocent 100 times. The fact that your name was attached to a case that involves sexual assault or sexual misconduct or anything like that, even if you get proved innocent, that stain is still going to be on you the rest of your life. She ruined this dude's life.
Definitely.
He's not in the league anymore, and I don't see him being in the league again. It's rare that you get the opportunity to even be in position to go to the NFL. Only 1% of people that play football in high school end up making it to the NFL. And he was in that 1%. And she lied and took that from him. She took all of that from him. She gets to go back to her normal life. Like, that's
no,
so
she needs to be in jail.
She should be in jail like that, bro. And it's like, why did you lie? Like, did you lie because you felt like you couldn't live with the fact that you did stuff with all of these men in one night, so you had to try to spin it like you were a victim? That's bad.
He might have rejected her, and that's why she was salty.
How did his name even get brought up into
that's what I want to know. Because if he wasn't even here, why would you think, oh yeah, let me put this on the punter?
And the team couldn't have just suspended him. They had to kick him off.
It should have been a situation where it's suspended until we get all the details. Suspended until
exactly
something like that. Like full blown kick him off the team, and y'all don't even got all y'all facts. It's a little crazy. So I mean, I respect it in the fact that it's like, oh, we don't tolerate this, but at the same time, y'all didn't have y'all facts together, and now this man is innocent, and now he's done.
Now, if you want to talk about it, it's a few players that they've suspended until they got all the facts on certain situations. So it's like it gives the vibe that they choose who they want to protect.
Yeah, they ain't think.
And it's kind of messed up because does he even have a background of where they just okay, I don't want to deal with it, or because me personally, I ain't gonna lie, I never heard of the man. I never heard of a man in my life. Right. If I seen him walking past me, I wouldn't even know who he was. I'm gonna have to pull a Keke Palmer.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I'm just trying to figure out how he even got brought up if he wasn't even near there.
And the league, they're going to protect whoever got the money. Like, let's say, for example, something similar was to happen to a player of a certain stature. Like, let's say...
Josh Allen?
Yeah, Josh. I didn't want to use anybody's name, but we can say Josh Allen, for example.
My bad.
But let's say Josh Allen was to be in a similar situation. Well, not even the exact same situation. The Bills wouldn't have cut him. They wouldn't have. They would have sat there and waited because Josh Allen brings them the money. That punter not bringing him no money.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
We can all agree on that. Him being the center of this stuff going on, he's a liability because he's not bringing the team any money. Josh Allen, he's putting people in the seats. He's contributing to wins. So of course they're gonna be a little more patient with it if it's Josh Allen. But for the punter, oh yeah, he should have known from the jump. Oh yeah, even though I didn't do anything wrong, I'm probably gonna get cut. And it's messed up. It really is. And another thing that I don't like about stuff like this is, especially because we're just now getting to the point in America where we take these allegations seriously.
Yeah,
we all know.
Bad, where they wouldn't even take you. You have to really, 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 really prove that it happened.
Right. We remember how stuff was whenever we were in elementary and middle school. Whenever a girl would say, "Oh, such and such did this or that to me," we people wouldn't believe it. So it's now that we're getting to a point where we're taking as a society, we're taking women's cries for help more seriously. Stuff like this can only take us a step backwards because it's you really sat here and lied on this man and we believed you. Just say, hey, I had intercourse with multiple men. And that's fine. You have every right to do that. You have every legal right to do that. That's
It's
fine.
2023. We're in hookup culture. Like, who cares?
Like, bro, it's fine. It's like, and of course, yeah, maybe people gonna call you this, that, and the third. Okay, but people get called this, that, and the third for doing stuff that has nothing to do with that anyway. So why do you care? But I mean, we can't talk about sports without talking about Ja Morant, can we? Ja Morant, Ja.
Make it come without no fear. You don't give no fuck about no I only want your nigga. I get shit smoked out the back to that nigga. Yeah, I told that I won't bang. I know nigga scared.
I try to tell people he did not learn a lesson. He got caught. He got caught.
It's getting so hard to stick up for this man. Like, you just keep putting yourself in these crazy situations. How hard is it to just make sure you're not being recorded or to not record yourself or whatever? How hard is it? I need to know. Because it's not paparazzi that's getting him. The first time it was him, his own recording of himself, and now it's the people he's hanging out with. So you keep putting yourself in these situations. We cannot help you anymore.
Like how Jeremy said, it's given that he did not learn from his first mistake. And after all the backlash that he got and the constructive criticism and different things like that, you would think that he would like turn it around or do something. But it's just like at this point too, is it the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Like, you have to understand that most people like you in your predicament would not be able to be in the NBA or be in the position that you're in. Like, you are very, very, very blessed. And the fact that you were just throwing it away and not giving any care in the world is very heartbreaking for people like me, because I'm trying to back you up and you throwing me under the ringer. It's like, bro, I can't keep defending you because it's like, I want to be like, he needs guidance. But it's like, how much guidance can you give somebody when they don't want to take it? Or is he
grown? He is an adult, a full-blown adult.
Exactly.
Do better.
And it's just, I don't know. Like, you would think that since he's not gonna get that incentive added into his contract, because I don't know exactly how much it is, so I'm not gonna say a number. But if he was to make the all NBA team this past season, he would have got paid a little extra. You would think that after he lost that opportunity to make money, he would stop doing stuff that could compromise that, but he's not. And I don't know if he just thinks that he's not a celebrity, if he just thinks he's a regular person. But Ja Morant, you're extremely noticeable. Like, everybody knows you're the person in the NBA that has the dreadlocks, and one of them or two of them are green and red. Like, we know that that's you. It's like, bro, just stop. And I feel like now at this point, if we keep saying he needs guidance, we're neglecting the fact that he's his own person who has free will. Because, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can just make him stand there. But I mean, it's not going to do nothing. He has to want to do better. He doesn't. They said that during the season, whenever he got suspended, he went to some type of counseling facility in Florida for a week.
Yeah.
Why did we all assume that was just gonna make him come out better?
What is a week gonna do? You know how long people do things like that or go to rehab and counseling and all that therapy? Right. It's longer than a week.
And the thing that makes it crazy is like that the picture where he was in the strip club with the gun. They said he was intoxicated in it, so everybody was under the impression that he was getting help with an alcohol problem. Whenever he went to the Florida Center, it had nothing to do with alcoholism at all. Mm-hmm. So it's like, so it leads me to the question: what did you go there to do?
Do you even know he actually went get off his back? I don't think it was no real intention of getting help.
It's like, do we actually know that he went to seek help? Do we actually know that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like he doesn't understand what he is losing. And like I said in the last episode when we talked about the whole incident, he has to understand that he is a public figure. Whether you want to be a public figure or not, you have to make better choices because people are looking up to you. And the thing is too, like, he has a daughter. He also has a sister that plays basketball as well. So it's just kind of like you have kids that are looking up to you, that's people that you know. Like, I can understand, some people like, I don't know those kids or blah, 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 blah. But you have younger siblings and a child that one day they're going to see this. And I'm sure his sister is hearing stuff about him like, oh, your brother want to be NBA young boy.
I've heard of NBA young boy, but you NBA dumb boy.
And so it's just kind of like you would think that he would want to do better. You're a basketball player. You're not NBA young boy. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of people would kill to be in the position that you were in. So it's like I wish that he would take it very highly.
Man, they always gotta learn their lesson the hard way.
And I hate that. I really
not gonna be happy till they got him working a 9 to 5 because he can't play in the NBA no more.
And it's just, I hope that people stop trying to place the blame for his action on his friends. Because, like, people keep saying, oh, his friends need to do this, his friends need to do that. I can't name a single person that does every single thing their friends tell them to and not to do. That doesn't happen. I know a lot of people that don't even listen to themselves. So that doesn't even matter. So it's just like,
Jeremy talking about himself.
That is true. I don't listen to nobody. I barely listen to myself. Yeah. I don't listen to myself. So it's just like, bro, he just has to want to do better, and he doesn't. I say people should just give up on him. Honestly, I don't know.
Ja Morant, if you are watching this, I still have faith in you that you can turn it around.
It don't make me no difference. I still love you, Juwanna, man. I love you, Juwanna, man.
That's another thing. We got to stop calling him Ja, because Ja might just be an alter ego. We need to start calling him Tremetrius, his real name. That's Meech. That's Meech Morant. That's Meech Morant.
Not Meech.
We're not doing that. We're not calling him Ja no more. That is Tremetrius.
Don't start calling him Meech, because then he gonna start acting. No.
He gonna start acting like he being mad.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I think I'm Big Meech.
But you know what? You know what could help Ja Morant?
What's that?
These new Sybilette candles, which have sweet aromas that transform your space into a sanctuary. That's what he needs, some guide. Each candle is handmade with eco-friendly and healthy materials so that when these wicks are burning, pure love is truly in the air. Not to forget, it's also Black owned.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Them Sybilette candles be hitting.
That is a wrap for this week's episode. If you haven't already, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at exosports.xtv. And we'll see you next week here on Xperience TV. XO.
We out.
Xperience.